there are lots of superheroes who are incredibly capable on their own and have returned from the afterlife, there are only a few who seem to be truly unstoppable. I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and this is the Top 10 Marvel superheroes who cannot be stopped. Let us know if there's anyone on this list you disagree with and who you would put in their place down in the comments below. Coming in at number 10 today, it's the Sentry. With the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, Robert Reynolds, the Sentry, is not just another Marvel version of Superman. In my opinion, he is even cooler than Superman. The Golden Sentry Serum gave Robert Reynolds more than just the highest level of strength in the universe, the ability to move and fly faster than the speed of light or just teleport, and near invulnerability. The Sentry also has molecular manipulation abilities that have allowed him to defeat the Molecule Man, photokinesis, which allows him to shine brighter than the sun itself, turn completely invisible, and produce blasts of light from his hands and eyes that could burn the Hulk's skin and level whole city blocks, psionic abilities that he uses to hold himself together, implant his memories in others, erase minds, and stop the hammer of Thor, biokinesis abilities that have let him heal others, resurrect himself, reconstitute his molecules, and as the Void, give others cancer. Speaking of the Void though, that is a whole other dark side to this hero that is intrinsically tied to his existence, which is not only incredibly powerful in its own right and makes the hero 10 times more interesting, but when Sentry combined with the Void, this godlike being somehow got a power boost, and he even became a Horseman of Apocalypse, which did the same thing. Number 9. Adam Warlock. First appearing in 1967 in Fantastic Four number 66, Adam Warlock was created by the Enclave, who were experimenting to create a perfect human specimen. This made him super strong, durable, fast, and able to store and use huge amounts of cosmic energy to make him fly, release blasts, and all kinds of things, including cocooning himself to help him heal and regenerate. As it turns out, that last one is kind of the thing that makes him unstoppable. Every time he cocoons and regenerates himself, he actually comes out more powerful than when he went in and evolves even new powers. With the name Warlock, you'd assume that he can also use magic, and you would be right. He is able to use, quote, quantum magic, which lets him teleport, make force fields, move at the speed of light, create wormholes, resurrect himself and others, have cosmic awareness, and frighteningly manipulate, remove, and judge the souls of others. He has altered the evolution of beings, he's manipulated matter, turning Thanos into stone, and then he wielded the Infinity Gauntlet, and is one of the main wielders of the Soul Stone specifically. This guy is basically Space Jesus, and one of his biggest feats is completely embarrassing the hell out of Mephisto, Marvel's most powerful demon in his own realm. At one point, he accidentally defeated the entire universe, including all cosmic entities except the one above all, who then just recreated reality with Adam Warlock as the new living tribunal. He's nuts. Number 8. Blue Marvel. A former Marine and scientist turned superhero, Adam Brashear is not only one of the strongest heavy hitters in Marvel Comics, but he is also one of the smartest characters and one of my absolute underutilized favorites. His origins take place in the 1960s during a project to use antimatter as an energy source. Adam and his best friend Connor were caught in an explosion that turned Adam into a living, stable antimatter reactor, which should, in theory, be pretty much impossible. This power is insane. To put it into perspective, 1 gram of antimatter contains the same energy as the device dropped that ended World War II. 1 droplet could power the entirety of New York City for a full day. Using this power, he was capable of effortlessly lifting the 1960 era's American warship Enterprise, which weighs over 93,000 tons, and then he just flew it all the way back to America. He effortlessly moved a meteor the size of Arkansas to save the world. The Watcher said that Adam is capable of splitting the moon in two with a blow, and he was able to directly engage Iron Man, Ares, Wonder Man, and Miss Marvel at the same time in combat, and just casually overpower them, and then he turned around and pushed the Sentry to the limits of his strength, and then knocked him into Earth's orbit with a single punch. His durability has allowed him to survive a hydrogen device going off literally in his hands and just walking away unfazed. He may be seemingly relegated to the background of Marvel Comics, but Blue Marvel is practically unstoppable. Number 7. Thor. Thor. Thor, Odin's son, the Asgardian god of thunder, is one of the most powerful heroes that Marvel has. Whenever anyone talks about Avengers level threats, one of the key elements of that is whether Thor can just handle the situation on his own. In both the comics and the MCU, Thor and the Hulk are repeatedly given reasons to not be able to show up so that certain storylines can actually be compelling. Specifically, I'm talking about Civil War, where Thor had to deal with Ragnarok back home on Asgard, and that was all because if he was on Earth during Civil War, whoever had him on their side would just automatically win. Being the son of Odin, the Allfather, and Gaia, an elder god, Thor has all the incredible powers of the Asgardians, but boosted to a whole other level thanks to his mother. As the god of strength as well as thunder, he is one of the strongest Marvel characters, like I said, being able to either defeat or stalemate astronomically strong beings like the Midgard Serpent, the Hulk, the Silver Surfer, Gladiator, and Hercules. His stamina lets him basically fight forever, and he is next to completely invulnerable. Not to mention his weather and energy manipulation and the use of his hammer. Even when he isn't in possession of his hammer though, and is just Thor Odin's son, he is still a force to be reckoned with, and, especially recently, he keeps getting more and more boosts to his power, like when he was Rune King Thor, or now that he is Allfather Thor, which gives him the Thor Force, and he's gone beyond even that when he became the Herald of Galactus. There's more to Thor, but I think I've said enough. Number 6. Captain Marvel. Whether you love or hate Carol Danvers, there is no denying that this energy-wielding superhero is an absolute powerhouse. Carol was the head of security at NASA when she was accidentally subjected to the Psyche Magnetron machine, which imprinted her with energy from the superhero Marvel's Kree Negabands, which gave her superhuman strength that allowed her to support the weight of a dead Celestial, super stamina that lets her exert herself for over 24 hours without getting tired, superhuman durability to withstand planet-destroying explosions, superhuman agility and reflexes that are next to instant, and a regenerative healing factor that exceeds Wolverine's and can be extended to others. She has self-propelled flight at 3 times the speed of sound, even in the vacuum of space, and flash precognition that allows her to randomly subconsciously anticipate the moves of her opponents. But all of that is somewhat secondary to what is arguably her main power, the ability to control, absorb, and manipulate energy of a whole bunch of different kinds, which extends to let her project her spirit, manipulate molecules, transmute matter, create energy constructs, and even boost up her already OP abilities. There is literally no denying that Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, is straight up just broken. Number 5. The Hulk. It's almost a requirement that the Hulk show up on this list. The gamma-powered Green Goliath has been around for a long time, and ever since he showed up, there are only a small handful of people who have ever been able to stop him without using some kind of magic or reality warping. His infinite strength has a lot to do with that. A strength that grows based on his anger and has never ever reached a cap, allowing him to destroy entire planets, be a threat to entire galaxies, and being able to shake the entire multiverse with his punches. It also has a lot to do with his basically limitless dynamic durability, which has allowed him to survive attacks from enchanted weapons, powerful blasts of energy, stronger than ground zero nuclear explosions, the Human Torch's Nova Blast, and he could stand up to forces that could crush adamantium and destroy entire planets. But now, thanks to Immortal Hulk, we know that the Hulk actually literally cannot die, coming back from the below place through green doors. Actually, in that story we even get to see an alternate future where the One Below All uses the Hulk to destroy literally everything in existence. And the Hulk is still showing more and more of his potential with the reveal of the Titan personality that was able to fire energy blasts and is utter nightmare fuel. Number 4. Deadpool. Yes, he's an anti-hero, and no, I don't really care. With powers originating from Wolverine's genetic mutation, only stronger, Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, is a product of the Weapon X program, making him not only pretty difficult to take down, but also pretty difficult to defend against. But through his time, he's managed to become even more capable. At one point in the comics, Deadpool becomes infatuated with death. As in Mistress Death. This is the same death that the Mad Titan Thanos is in love with. Now, because of this little weird love triangle and Thanos being a big grumpy jealous boy, he decides to, quote, gift old Wade with immortality, preventing him from ever being able to fully be with death. In reality, he just vowed to return Deadpool to life no matter what it took if he ever managed to pass away, and coming from Thanos, that's pretty much the same as immortality. But even without that, Deadpool's healing factor renders him basically immortal, as he no longer ages, can live and control his body without his head attached, is highly resistant to foreign chemicals, immune to all diseases, telepathic attacks, and possessions. This guy is a master assassin and has the power of breaking the fourth wall, which, in a way, gives him almost godhood in comic books. Number 3. Ghost Rider. While the Ghost Rider is in control, Johnny Blaze only influences its decisions to an extent, as he takes the quote back seat. Now, Doctor Strange has stated that Johnny Blaze is simply a mortal and acts as a built-in safety, limiting the power of the Ghost Rider or the Spirit of Vengeance. Doctor Strange also stated that when the Spirit of Vengeance takes possession of the Ghost Rider's powers are, for all intents and purposes, boundless and quote, godlike. So not only is the Ghost Rider really cool, but he's quite a hardy fella. He's essentially impervious to almost all forms of normal damage, or the damage he has sustained, like having his head completely obliterated, didn't actually matter since he just instantly reformed and didn't even feel it. The Ghost Rider has tanked hits from the Hulk on multiple different occasions and was one of the main heroes called in when Hulk returned for his vengeance on the Illuminati in the World War Hulk story. Since his body becomes a flaming skeleton, most projectiles just kind of pass straight through him or bounce off of his incredibly strong bones. The only things that have been shown to actually hurt him are heaven-forged or blessed weapons. Also, because of the divine or demonic energies that empower him, he can basically feel no fatigue or pain of any kind, and if anything were to actually damage him, he can recover from his injuries pretty much instantly. But all that combined with his Hellfire, soul, and sin manipulation, demonic magic, a somewhat fallible penance stare, and other insane abilities after becoming the king of hell itself makes Ghost Rider someone who most villains and heroes fear even on their best days. Number 2. Scarlet Witch. As a natural conduit of one of the most powerful forms of dark magic, chaos magic, the Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda Maximoff, is one of the most terrifyingly powerful beings in Marvel Comics. Using her chaos magic, Wanda has the very powerful ability to alter reality, which she has used to create her own children, bring the Avengers to their knees, even completely ending a few of them, and even rewrite all of reality to make mutants the dominant species for a while before wiping a ton of them out. When she was born, Wanda had a natural affinity for magic. This was boosted up by the gift, or curse I guess, of chaos magic given to her by the elder god Chthon. And this was then boosted up again by the experiments of the High Evolutionary at Wundagore Mountain, which gave her an even deeper connection to magic. She can channel energy from other dimensions and from entities like Chthon, Sidorak, and Morrigan, and is considered to be the nexus being of the universe. Most magic users could make this list, but few of them can do what the Scarlet Witch can do. Number 1. Jean Grey. There's a reason that Jean Grey was chosen as the favorite host of one of the most powerful cosmic entities in the entire Marvel multiverse. As an Omega level mutant with not only telepathy but telekinesis as well, Jean Grey is one of the most powerful mutants alive. She is the most notable, powerful, and skilled telepath in the entire Marvel universe with seemingly limitless potential. Her telekinesis allows her to manipulate matter and energy, creating impenetrable force fields and moving objects with her thoughts. This combination of telepathy and telekinesis grants her incredible versatility in combat and problem solving. Jean's unparalleled strength lies not only in her powers but also in her fierce determination and unwavering sense of justice. Her ability to tap into her full potential, stay level-headed under pressure, and make split-second decisions makes her virtually unstoppable. But then, she actually is unstoppable, proven by the fact that even without the Phoenix Force, she has been able to bring herself back to life through her abilities and her sheer force of will. Despite facing countless adversaries and moral dilemmas, Jean Grey's indomitable spirit and strength of character have solidified her position as one of the most powerful and iconic figures in not only the X-Men mythology, but in Marvel Comics in general. And that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Top 10 Nerd. I'll catch you all on the flippy flop, and until next time, peace out, nerds.